Steve Dangle here in the SDPN studios. Right now, I'm shooting this right before we go live on the SDPN YouTube channel. We're going to do a live stream 5 p.m. Eastern until about 6 p.m. Eastern, talking about the whole trade deadline day. The truth is we're still waiting for trades to trickle in. As I understand it, the Leafs are done. I'm going to do a full Leafs video later today about the week that they've had. But here's what they've done today, right? Here's what they've done today. Bobby McMann goes to the Seattle Kraken for a second and a fourth. At the time I'm shooting this video, we don't know what second and what fourth. Did we ever get that information? No, we don't. See, it's a second rounder in 2027. So, you're not even going to be able to use it until next year, right? We don't know which one that is because Seattle has 3 seconds next year. And it's a 2026 fourth-round pick, which, again, we don't know what that's going to be because Seattle has 3 fourth-round picks next year. A fourth-round pick is 97th to 128th overall. So we don't particularly fuss about that. Right? We don't fuss about that too much. And Scott Laughton is traded by the Leafs to the LA Kings for a conditional third-round pick. And a number of you are watching, staring at the screen intently, waiting for me to say the word "and." There is no "and." It's a conditional third-round pick that turns into a second-round pick if the LA Kings make the playoffs. The Kings sold today. They sold yesterday too, getting rid of Warren Foegele. They got rid of Corey Perry for a second-round pick that didn't have any holy smoking conditions on it, even though he's 40 holy smoking years old. You paid a first-round pick and a prospect for Scott Laughton last year. The Leafs gave up. I think it was a first and Grabenkin, just those two. In return, they got a couple first-round picks and a sixth and a sixth. Thank you, producer Hayden. So you got something out of it, I guess. Oh yeah, plus you got Scott Laughton at half retained. Imagine retaining on a deal so that you could get more on that deal. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine getting shown how to be a general manager by the Philadelphia Flyers right now? And Flyers fans are going to be like, dude, how are we catching strays? Everything is aimed directly at the Toronto Maple Leafs right now. Every ounce of venom that I have. A second, a fourth, and a conditional third. Best case scenario, what you have to show for this trade deadline day is 2 seconds and a fourth. I'd fire everyone today. If I was Keith Pelly, I would head down to the Ford Performance Center. I would bolt shut the management doors, weld them shut just for good measure, and submit my resignation to the board of MLSE. This is a disaster class. This is a catastrophe. The Leafs leave this trade deadline having used none of their retention slots. What was going for a premium at this deadline was players who still have term left. The best deal that the Leafs got done was Nick Waugh, and that was a couple days ago because he had term. The Leafs have guys with term left, and they're all still on the team. You sat Oliver Ekman-Larsson for the last 2 games, and he's going to play for you on Saturday because you didn't trade him. Here's the question, because I know this team obviously thinks they're okay. They think they're okay. They're having a down year, and it's because of injuries, and it's going to be tough heading into the home stretch here, but we're going to be okay. What reason is there to think the Leafs are going to be better next year? What reason is there to assume the assets that the Leafs got at this deadline are going to make them a better team next year? Calle Yarncroke, he's just going to walk. You look at the guys. There are some guys who don't have a goal who were traded for at least a pick and not even a conditional one. You didn't even go out and you didn't get a conditional pick for Calle Yarncroke. You didn't get a conditional pick for Simone Benoit. You didn't get anything for Nick Robertson, who I'm still not even totally sure wants to be here. Brandon Carlo's going to be a Leaf long term. Oliver Ekman-Larsson, you think in your heart of hearts, in your heart of hearts, he's going to have a similar season to this one? And this is all for the video later. I should hold on to this because at the end of the day, a second and a fourth is not enough for Bobby McMahon. It's not. You got less for Bobby McMahon than the Barry Trotz and the Nashville Predators got for Michael, actual holy smoking McCarron. And you got a conditional third for Scott Laughton, who you paid a first for. I'm sick to my stomach. That might be the ulcer. But we know the Leafs are the cause of that anyway. I am so thoroughly disappointed. This is the day where you go, you know what? At least they're going to offload. They're going to stockpile for the future. We know they're going to play the Marlies. Let's just watch the young guys and see how they do for the rest of the season. I'm going to watch every game for the rest of the season. That's my gig. I don't know why any of you are. It's already an unwatchable product, and it got worse today. Craig's not playing the young guys, so I don't know why you're watching there. What, you think he's going to play Cowan more? You think he's going to play Quillen more? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe Morgan Riley learned some new tricks between now and the end of the season. I am so disappointed. And I'm not interested in anyone in management or coaching coming back next year. Turn in your key fob. That is a disaster class. We have a live stream to do. So for now, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. They didn't do their homework, so they flunked the test.